Hello everyone, welcome back to Sawyer Studios, and this is Raymond James Stadium.
It is finally here, Super Bowl 55. An amazing opportunity the Chiefs have here. They have overcome obstacle after obstacle and now have a chance to be back-to-back Super Bowl champions. And in their way is the six-time Super Bowl champion and four-time Super Bowl MVP Tom Brady. Let's go!
So the moment when I heard Tom Brady was retiring, I knew I had to do something because he has been such an integral part of football for me that I wanted to do something on the channel just to show my appreciation of what he has done the past, I guess I've been watching him for the past decade or so.
Superstar quarterback Tom Brady officially announcing his retirement, ending days of speculation about his future. The 44-year-old leaves the NFL after 22 seasons and, yes, 7 Super Bowl rings.
So as I said, ever since I knew Tom Brady was retiring, I was like, I have to make something. I don't know what to make though. And then I was like, why don't I make Raymond James Stadium? Because I was just looking through Lego sets and I was like, you know, the Manchester United Stadium, it sort of has the same shape and it has practically the same color scheme. I could just get that set and I would just have to mod it. I would just have to alter it and make it into Raymond James Stadium. I would have to add some stuff, definitely use some of my own pieces. That was essentially the idea of getting that set. There were a lot of different challenges in turning that set into Raymond James Stadium. First of all, you had the soccer field, which had to be turned into a football field, and I was going back and forth with how am I going to do that, and I thought, well, I guess I'll just have to do the built-in technique where everything's like vertical or like up 90 degrees, and you just set it in. I tried to make the Buccaneers flag logo as best as I could in that. I remember trying to figure out how to make the field goal posts and everything. I just had to mod some Lego pieces. The stands were pretty much, I could just leave them the same. Because if you look at Raymond James Stadium, it's the same color scheme, red and white. And I just had to make some different tiers and stuff. I had to do the big screens. My favorite part of this build by far was building the little concession stand area, because you had like the little oasis, you had the pirate ship, which I loved building that mini pirate ship. I don't know why, I love building miniature things. It's just like, it's so satisfying, I don't know why, but I really loved making those little shops behind with the different colors and everything. That was cool. I loved making the outside and the blue glass like curve. Now that was hard. That was really hard. I remember trial and error through that a lot. And I was just like scrambling through pieces trying to figure out how am I gonna make this work. Oh, and that took a lot of, I had to redo that section so many times. And it was very annoying. It was extremely annoying, I'm not gonna lie. That was a pain. But when it finally came together, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And I remember getting to a point where I was looking at it and I was like, that's Raymond James Stadium. The first time I started to really get into watching football was somewhere around high school. My dad got me into it. He was born in Maine. I was raised in New York though, so I was surrounded by Buffalo Bills fans, people who just hated the Patriots. And I didn't really understand why at the time. I was very new to football, but he grew up in Maine. He was a New England Patriots fan, still is, and is a diehard one. So my mom didn't care about football, so she didn't have a team to pull along with her, so we raised me and my sister up in a family that supported the Patriots. I remember the first time I got to watch Tom Brady play in a Super Bowl, and it was Super Bowl 49 against the Seahawks. And that was my junior year of high school. And my dad like made appetizers, and everything was just so well like situated, and we had snacks and everything. And I remember watching the game, and I remember just going back and forth between who was leading, and it was so exciting. I remember the very end where my dad was just so depressed. He was just like, it's over. They're at like the 2-yard line or whatever the heck it was, the Seahawks, and he's like, they're gonna get a touchdown, they're gonna win, there's not enough time for Tom Brady to march it back down the field. He was kind of just like pacing around the room, just trying to think of every single permutation where the Patriots could win. And then the Butler interception happened, and that was just Malcolm Butler. Oh my gosh, he was so ecstatic, and that was the first time I saw Tom Brady win a Super Bowl, Super Bowl 49. That was the first time I felt like excited about football, truly, and that's kind of what started me off on getting into football even more.
Trying to get through this entire build in an organized fashion was extremely hard. I had pieces everywhere. I practically took apart the entire stadium, but I was also taking apart in pieces and more pieces and trying to keep it as organized as possible, because I didn't know how much of the stadium I wanted to keep and how much I wanted to mod. I knew I couldn't keep a lot of it because although the similarities did exist, there were a lot of differences, and there was a lot of different things I had to test with different pieces. I had to use a lot of my own pieces like I had thought, and it just was very overwhelming, and it took me a lot longer than I had originally anticipated.
Tell you, Greeny, that Tom Brady took a physical in New York City yesterday, where he is currently residing before he makes his move down to Tampa Bay, and everything is full go. The contract is signed. Tom Brady now officially a member of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I remember when Tom Brady was being signed to the Buccaneers, and I was like, what are you doing?
Go play our ass off. Let's go. Cut it loose. Brady goes deep. What a throw. What a catch. And it's intercepted. Jason Pierre-Paul high stepping down the sideline. And Rodgers is still on his feet. And he gets that. A leaping interception from Levante David. You got to seize this moment, dog.
So pack your strength, your giddy up, and finish the ride. Together, let's raise them up.
And sure enough, Tom Brady pulls it out in the end, and I was just... That was COVID year, so there was no Super Bowl parties happening, so I was just in here by myself. I was building my Liberty on through Legomoc, and I had my friend Michael on the phone, and we were just chatting, watching the game together. And oh my goodness, that was one of the best games I'd ever. That was just happy feelings all the way through, mostly, and just touchdown after. I remember the first touchdown to Gronkowski. I was like, oh, now that brings back nostalgia.
The line of scrimmage, the KC-8, Tampa Bay on the move. They're going to hand it off. No, they're going to fake the handoff. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Holy guacamole. Brady to Gronkowski for the 23rd time in the postseason. The first as Buccaneers.
What can I say about Tom Brady coming out of retirement? I'm very happy because I was not ready for Tom Brady to leave yet. And now I'm not going to take this next season for granted. Because he has announced retirement and has come out of it, I now know that it's on his mind and that he might do it. So this might very well be his last season. I'm going to cherish that a lot. And this Raymond James Stadium, that was one of the most special Super Bowls I've ever watched Tom Brady play in. and I think it's one of his best accomplishments in any Super Bowl. So this Legomoc means a lot, and I think that was just the perfect decision for me to do, to choose from, to, yeah, just, Tom Brady, you have rocked my sports world this past decade, and you have made me extremely happy on most occasions in watching football games. And it's just amazing to see you come back over and over again. This past season was good. It was a good season. We just didn't get to the Super Bowl, but I think that with a good team, we're going to be able to get to that Super Bowl for Super Bowl 57, is it? So, yeah, this mock, this is my thanks to you for making football such a wonderful sport and a joy for me to watch, and your greatness. So, thank you so much for that. So here's the Lego Raymond James Stadium. Hope you enjoy.
Tom Brady, Super Bowl champion for the 7th time, and also Super Bowl MVP.